Naive to think that every bad situation you can turn into opportunity. Some situations, bad things just happen, right? Are just awful, right? I've heard that kind of question plenty of times, especially when, regardless of what was going on around, I didn't want to lose my positivity. Of course, sometimes I've kind of forced this positivity in myself, this kind of thinking, everything will be fine, everything will be all right. But the thing is, I've heard this so many times, I decided that somehow I just want to address this. Because of that. Yes, you're right. Everyone who's thinking that some things that are just awful is right. Life can be hard. That's it. However, let's challenge this a little bit. Imagine you're driving to some important meeting. You're running late, you're stuck in the traffic, your stress level is high, sky high, and, well, in your mind, you start replaying all worst case scenarios, all what can go wrong, all the kind of things, how you lose the opportunity, how you screwed up, how you messed up, how you maybe even lose a job if that's for someone, you're working for someone, or you lose the contract that you wanted to get, right? Those things may happen. But here's the real problem. When you focus on these scenarios in your head, when you focus on what can go wrong, you actually live the storm twice. Let me tell you that again. You actually live the storm twice, just because you created already in your mind, even before it happened. What if instead you will focus yourself that those detours, those things that are happening in your life are advantages? How? Well, that's depend on you. How can you make this kind of situation work in your favor? Of course, it's not about saying that, well, traffic happened, I couldn't make it. It's also about taking responsibility that you didn't give yourself enough time, knowing that the situation on the road might be different, might be hard, might be a lot of traffic. So you take this responsibility. However, the truth is that any setback is permanent only when you start to think about it, when you allow it to be permanent. If you tell yourself, that's it, I cannot do anything, that's what will happen. However, if you switch your perspective, if you start to see those things differently, you take power back from the whole situation, from all that mess. It's not about pretending that life isn't hard, life is smooth and nice and all that kind of things, but about actually taking back control from those situations and do whatever you can. That's where you turn the obstacles into opportunities. This is the way. So now, quick tip for you. Shift your focus. When something negative happens in your life, comes in, make it a game for you to find one potential benefit from the situation, no matter how small it might be. And you might be surprised when you start playing this game, how quickly your brain starts to shifting. So The challenge for you for next week is to, every time when something will not go according to your plans, just stop yourself and look for that benefit in this situation, no matter how small. Remember, it's not about not taking responsibility, playing that life is nice and good and all. It's about taking the control over the situation, regaining your power over the situation. So you may think, okay, how can I do this? For example, if meeting gets cancelled, great. Just tell yourself, that's amazing. I have now time to work on my project or my passion, learn something new. If you're waiting for a boss and it's late, you have now few minutes just to think quietly or even meditate for a second or practice breathing. You see, very simple actions. And you straight away shifting your focus, shifting your mindset. This is how it works. Do that daily for the rest of the week or longer, but at least for the rest of the week, to see how this change your attitude, your feeling about the whole situation, and the most important, your mindset, because that's what we do here. So one question, actually, think about situations in your life when something bad happened, but then turn around and actually occurs that it was better than you expected. And I know, you might say, yeah, but not everything can have a positive outcome. Not everything can be perceived as opportunity. Some situations are just tragic. You're right. Yeah, if you want to look this way. Not every situation is about being happy. It's about being positive. But even if in the hardest time, and I can tell that with hand on my heart, because I've went through some hard times, but even in those hard times, you can always look for the lessons, for the growth, and sometimes for gaining strength, that kind of mental strength to know, to learn that you can handle everything. You're not going to avoid to all the storms that are there and waiting for you. But from you depends how will you perceive them. And from you depends if you will grow or succumb to them. So remember, the power lies in you. The power lies in how you respond to those storms. Think about this for a second. And next time when life will challenge you with something, just and do the work. Just try to see it differently. With all this, as always, I wish you many blessings.